Hello everyone, it's me Kolton from the KGR.7 channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at a game I promised I would review last year, which I never got to doing. But now, the wait is over. Here is the Sonic 2 review.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was released on November 21st, 1992 for the Sega Genesis and Sega Mega Drive. This game is the best-selling Genesis game of all time, and it's pretty obvious why. They hyped the freak out of this game. Sega held this big event called Sonic Tuesday, hyping up the release date and showing off how this game will be releasing worldwide. Now, in the modern year, this isn't necessarily a huge thing. Unless you live in Europe, why the heck do games come out so late there? But back in the day, this was crazy. You could tell it was a big deal. Also, since the game was packed in with most consoles alongside Sonic 1, people were getting systems, whether they liked it or not, with Sonic 2. This game was actually made in America by Sega Technical Institute, or STI for short. Yuji Naka, the main developer of Sonic 1 and the creator of Sonic, decided to work on Sonic 2 in America with STI, while another game, Sonic CD, was being made back in Japan by Naoto Oshima, a guy who worked with Naka on Sonic 1. Sonic 2's plot involves Dr. Robotnik once again, and he has decided to make a big egg-shaped ball called the Death Egg. With the power of the Chaos Emeralds, he can make this thing ultra powerful. He has also again put animals inside robots called badniks. Now Sonic and a new friend must collect all the Chaos Emeralds, free all the woodland creatures from the badniks and the capsules, and stop Robotnik from using his Death Egg. Sonic 2 may look like Sonic 1 at first glance, but oh man, if you think that, you are totally wrong. Levels have more emphasis on the speed aspect of Sonic, which is something half of Sonic 1's levels just did not have. And not just that, but there's now no speed cap when you run. See, in Sonic 1, there was a very noticeable speed cap in the game that limited how fast you could go. If you wanted to go faster, you had to roll into a ball. Sonic 2 removes this, so now you can speed through levels with the power of very fast feet. You may have also noticed this little orange fox following you. This is Tails, aka miles per hour.
You get it? Miles per hour? It's actually really clever, I'll give him that.
Tails follows you around the levels and can collect rings and defeat badniks, sometimes, and can fly with his two tails, hence the name. Now, while being for the most part useless, it somehow feels like you're going on a quest with a buddy, and I like that. Now, people should already know how I feel about Tails.
Tails!
But he really isn't a bad character. Just kinda useless in this game. Heck, when you play as him alone, you can't even fly with him. Flying with Tails was introduced in Sonic Chaos, which came out after Sonic 2, so I guess it makes sense. This isn't the only thing that is different, as Sonic now has a new move, the Spin Dash. Believe it or not, Sonic 1 didn't have the Spin Dash. With the Spin Dash, you can go from 0 miles per hour to... that. It's very useful, as these levels are designed for going fast most of the time.
Now you may be saying, most of the time? We'll get to that. Oh, baby, we'll get to that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just take a look at the zones in this game.
In Sonic 1, there were 6 zones: Green Hill, Marble, Spring Yard, Labyrinth, Starlight, and Scrap Brain. Oh, and technically Final Zone. In Sonic 2, there are 11 zones this time around: Emerald Hill, Chemical Plant, Aquatic Ruin, Casino Night, Hilltop, Mystic Cave, Oil Ocean, Metropolis, Sky Chase, Wing Fortress, and Death Egg. Something I forgot to mention in my Sonic 1 review was that the zones themselves after Green Hill became kinda bland. The way they were paced, the way the color palettes were mainly dark, everything just felt bland. But in Sonic 2, the levels just pop out with color, and they just become a sight to look at. Look at Casino Night, for instance.
Speaking of the Sonic 1 review, I'm not just gonna look at the zones this time around. We're going to be looking at most of the game, if not all of it, in general, not just the zones. So we're going to keep the zone talk a little short.
Emerald Hill Zone. It's Green Hill Zone, but better. This level really shows off the speed of this game. With many loops, springs, and the Spin Dash, you'll be zipping all over the place. Chemical Plant Zone. Chemical Plant is right, as there are chemicals that come from the ceiling and the floor. This is probably the fastest zone in the whole game. There are many tubes to speed through, and a lot of boosters that send you off in tremendous speed. There is also this purple water? Chemicals? You guys already know how I feel about water levels, but at least it's not a full-on water level. Aquatic Ruin Zone. This is a water level.
What? No. No. Please not water level. Please not water level. Please not labyrinth zone!
Oh, there's speed underwater too?
Oh, okay. I like the level now.
This zone is interesting, as you could beat the zone without touching the water at all. And even then, you don't really go slow underwater as there are springs that make you go fast. Casino Night Zone. Hey look! Gambling! This zone has many pinball-based interactions, like bouncers and flippers. I have a feeling this was the full inspiration to Sonic Spinball. Hilltop Zone. It's kinda like if Green Hill was vertical and blue. This level has lava that erupts from time to time, and also has lifts. But if I'm being fully honest, it's kinda boring. Fun, but boring. Mystic Cave Zone. I really like the atmosphere of this level. It's like you were in a mineshaft. This level has some cool platform interactions, and it's pretty well paced too. But this is the point of the game where the level design gets really questionable. I mean, for frick's sake, there's a spike pit that you can't escape until you die. Just why? Oil Ocean Zone. It plays like a desert level without it being a desert level. You will find yourself slipping and sliding around the oil a lot in this stage, and it's basically the same as the water sliding parts in Labyrinth Zone, just with oil instead.
Now you may have been seeing these zones and thinking, yeah, this looks pretty alright. Well, all that's about to go down in flames with this next zone. Metropolis Zone.
This is a mechanical themed stage where everything wants you dead. You have the shellcracker bag that will hit you with its claws every time. Then you have astronauts which shoot out their own body parts as projectiles and they freaking suck. Then you have slicers. Oh my goodness, the slicers. And to make it even worse, there's 3 acts of this bull. Everything about this zone is just...
What the heck was Sega and STI thinking? This isn't fun. This is pain. When I play a level in a video game, I expect it to be fun and fair, but challenging. But nope. It's like if you were dropped straight into a war with no gear, no nothing, but a pocket knife. Imagine being in that situation. You have Metropolis Zone.
I know the last time I talked about this review and said why it was taking so long and why it was put on hiatus, but nope, that was all a lie!
Metropolis Zone is the real reason why I held this review off for so long! Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me, game? Why? Metropolis Zone. Why are you so difficult? Why are you so unfair? Keep on. The review must go on. Let me look at the other things of this game. I'll take a break from Metropolis.
Let's talk about some other things before we go on to the other zones. One amazing change that this game did was make zones only have 2 acts, but to make the levels just as long, the levels are more fleshed out and are a bit longer than Sonic 1's. Another thing this game has is an options menu. This is where you can view stuff like the sound test, change your character, or change the versus mode item settings. I'm saying this right now as all the other Genesis Sonic games after this just don't have options menus for some reason. Let's talk about special stages. In Sonic 1, I barely even talked about the special stages in that game because, well, it's no fun at all. These suck. Sonic 2's special stages, on the other hand. Blam! You are smack dab into a 3D half-pipe. This is pretty impressive for late 80s hardware. You control Sonic or Tails around this half-pipe and grab rings while avoiding mines. If you have the certain requirement of rings needed to get through a ring gate, you can keep going. If you don't, then you get sent back out to the level with no Chaos Emerald. It looks pretty cool, but god dang it, the last ones are really freaking hard. 1 through 4 seem to be pretty good and pretty fun, but 5 through 7 are just some of the worst level designs you can ever play. You have to memorize every single movement, it's just so bad. It doesn't help that it's hard to tell whenever a mine's gonna show up or not. Another reason why you might screw up is because of freaking Tails! He can collect rings too, and while that may sound like a good thing, it really isn't. If he gets hit, he loses rings too. And that's a problem because both Sonic and Tails rings add up in a total, and it could just mess you up so hard. These special stages are better than Sonic 1's, but that's not saying much. However, unlike Sonic 1's special stages, there's a reason to collect Chaos Emeralds this time, and not just for a good ending. Once you get all 7 Chaos Emeralds, you'll get one of gaming's best gifts yet. Super Sonic. Once you get 50 rings and jump, you'll turn into Super Sonic, and you are basically invincible. Literally nothing can stop you except being crushed or falling into a pit. And yes, this makes the bosses a freaking cakewalk.
Okay. I think it's time we get back into the game. Oh boy. Here I go. Oh, you stupid slice. Get the frick out of here. Yes! Oh my god! I did it! I did it! Oh. Whew. Whew. Okay. Let's check out the next zone.
Sky Chase Zone. This is a 1-act zone that changes up the formula a bit. You ride on Sonic's plane, Tornado. Using the 4 directions on the D-pad, you can move the plane up, down, left, or right. It's an interesting turn in gameplay, and I'm not really bothered by the speed pace of change too, as you just got out of the monstrosity known as Metropolis Zone, Wing Fortress Zone. This is another 1-act zone, and I really don't know what to feel about it. It has these things that shoot you real fast off the ground, but they really don't make sense. Like, if you hold right while using one, it will not shoot you far, but if you stay put, you'll go flying off the screen. It's so odd and not obvious at all how to use them. Other than that, it's kinda eh. But now, it's time to fly off into space and get into the Death Egg. Here we are, the Death Egg Zone. This is it, the final zone, which has no rings. Thank you, Sega. And really, this zone is just a boss room. First you fight against this robotic Sonic called Mecha Sonic. Wow, great name. He's pretty easy to fight, like most of the bosses in this game, although you can only jump on its face, so watch out when you try to hit it. After taking down Mecha Sonic, you can now face off the Death Egg robot. Here's how this works. You can only hit the robot's stomach, but the robot will constantly cover its stomach, so you have to hit it at just the right time. Eventually, the robot flies into the air. It'll try to attack you with its arms, but this is also a good chance to get a hit on him. It makes for a really challenging boss, and it's nice considering how all these games' bosses are easy. Now that we know how to beat this boss, let's take him down!
Yes! 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 Whew! the end of the video. This game is a lot more enjoyable than Sonic 1, and I think that's something most people can say. It has a lot more going for it, has the better level design, even though this game's level design can get really unfair. It's still more enjoyable than Sonic 1, and that's something most people will say.
I'd give this game a 7 out of 10. Has some issues, but it's still a really fun game to play to this day.
But in my honest opinion, it's not something I want to play from time to time. That goes to Sonic 3, but we'll talk about that in that review, which is not going to come till later, unfortunately. I want to focus on other games than just Sonic, which is why I have my NES here with Super Mario Bros. Plus Duck Hunt plugged in. That's going to be the next game we'll take a look at. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, I will see you later!